Monday morning. The sun is shining. I landed last night and VoiceCon is tomorrow. I'm very, very, very excited. So just having a look around now. I've never ever been to New York before. 36 years old and never been to New York. So total treat, and the sun is shining. So yeah, we'll see how today pans out. This guy is a marketing genius. He set up his store outside the Apple store in New York, selling Apple cases. Absolute genius. Nice one, mate. Just with my friend Kinch now, we're having a little wager how many times we think Gary Vaynerchuk's going to swear. What do you think, Kinch?
I'm saying 15 per speech.
15, okay. I'm saying 25. Excuse me. How many times do you think Gary Vaynerchuk's going to swear?
Do I get an over-under? Over-under.
So I'm just with my new friend Ryan.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so we're just kind of talking about voice really and the value that's placed on it, you know?
Yeah, I think, I work with a lot of small companies. Can they afford it? We were talking like London, you guys are 18 months behind New York.
Yeah.
So be 15 months behind New York and you'll be the only game in town, really.
Yeah.
But I will say, so if you look at it from a small-time market, I'm from a small city of about 70,000 people. Maybe it doesn't have to be a skill. Maybe it could be a flash bulletin. Maybe it could be some kind of utility every day that only has to be 30 seconds. But if you're providing utility and you're the only game in town doing it, you can still win.
It's definitely gonna kick off. But the question is when,
But as an agency owner, right? What would you spend on voice tech to market your services?
It's the same as a website 5 years ago. So websites are cheaper now. It is allegedly between 20 and 60,000 pounds. That's what people are willing to spend on it.
See, that to me is an enormous amount of money. But
they were quite expensive because it was a relatively new kind of thing,
you can make a shitload of money if you developed good websites 5 years ago. It's been a little bit commoditized.
Yeah, it's the ease of use as well. So it's like at the moment the coding of it's new, isn't it? It needs to be kind of streamlined, I think.
I don't know what kind of clients you're working with. Are they larger? Are they smaller?
Yeah, so it tends to be kind of SMEs. We work with a couple of bigger brands, but companies turning over 15 to 20 million pounds.
Wow. So what value would they put on it, do you think? I look at it as from the perspective of, they were using the analogy of a domain name right now, right?
Yeah.
Like do something and get that land grab, and then figure out how do you then refine it and modify it. But I think you just got to do something. I don't know what it is yet.
We're going to start building skills for the agency as well. Flash briefings to do with digital marketing, to tips, how to optimize your site for voice. What's the podcast?
The podcast is called Rust Belt Startup. You go to rustbeltstartup.com. They're long-form conversations with entrepreneurs, educators.
All right, nice one, mate. Cheers.
Awesome, thanks.
So I said I was going to go to New York City and work out where the land lies in terms of voice. Voice is in its infancy hugely. Educating people in terms of how they can work up their voice architecture, the interaction between the human and Alexa or Google Home, which will take them down a journey where they will purchase. That's the number one challenge. It's educating and getting people excited about it. We all have these devices. We're like using them to 10%, I reckon, of their potential, which is really cool.